On this episode of Scotty's Garage, we are back at Heathcote Park Raceway and we're going to go 12s with the AU Falcon. Geez, I hope I didn't just put the mocker on myself. Right, well, we're back at Heathcote Park with the AU and we're hoping to go 12s today. I'm going to say hoping to go 12s today. It should do it. We made 295 rear wheel horsepower with this thing, just 6 PSI. We're going to try and crank some boost into it during the day. I'm also going to try and pull some fuel out of it. We didn't do any tuning on the dyno. So if you've seen the dyno video, we didn't actually do any tuning. We put on the dyno, we ran it up, saw that it was super rich, had no timing, and it was making stuff all boost. And then we cranked some boost into it and it really wasn't making an extra boost and it was still super fat. So we put an extra spring in it and that's where all the trouble started, and we were trying to chase this boost cut issue, and then we didn't end up actually doing any tuning because we ran out of time. So now that we pulled the extra spring out of it, it's running the one spring, we know it's super fat, we know it's got no timing in it, we know it only makes 6 pounds of boost, but 295 rear wheel horsepower should still go a 12 down the quarter. And what I'm going to do is watch the air fuel meter during the day and just start pulling fuel out of the top end, and we'll see if we can lean it out to a point where it's like mid-11s for air fuel instead of mid-9s. So that would be good, and that will help make more power and hopefully make us go even faster. If we get to that point and it's still alive, maybe we'll start adding some timing. I don't know, but we'll find out. They're about to start racing here, so I need to get out of the way and let's go racing. Let's see if we can go 12s today. There's also a couple other cars here today that weren't at the last meeting, so we'll go and talk to those guys as well. And there's some interesting cars here today. So, all right, let's have a great day. Right, so we're about to go out for our first pass today. We'll see how this thing goes. See if we can get a 12 straight up. That would be amazing if we could. But yeah, I'm not sure that we'll get there. We'll try. I just realised my window's down. That way, maybe? Here we go.
Oh, good morning, everybody.
Well, boom, there's a new PB. We've taken a whole 2 seconds off our PB. So 14.11, 103.6, 103.6 is actually pretty good mile an hour. Like at the end of the day, I think we'll get this up to 106 or more mile an hour. And if we can get the launch right and not have it wheel spin at half track, I couldn't believe it was wheel spinning at half track. Like in the car, I could feel it, and everyone outside's telling me, yeah, it totally lit the tyres at half track. I'm like, what? Why? But it is so rich, it's super rich. It's just saying rich on the gauge, which means it's richer than 10.0 to 1. It's down in the 9, so I'm going to pull some fuel out of it and see how we go. I'm going to start by pulling maybe 15% fuel out of it. We'll see where we go. Right, so we've taken some fuel out of the top end of the fuel table. Hopefully that helps. I've also taken 2 PSI out of the tyres. They were at 19 PSI, it's a little bit high, so I've taken it down to 17. So hopefully it doesn't wheel spin at half track this time. And hopefully we can get some nice clean shifts out of it. I haven't even looked at that stuff yet, but basically I'm looking at richness and traction at the moment. If we can get our heads around that, I think we're going to run some good times today. So I'm pretty happy with where we've gone so far. Let's get at least into the 13s now. So all sorts of things went wrong that time. I thought the launch was better, but it doesn't appear it was. But heaps of wheel spin. So much wheel spin. I had to back out of it, and then I missed changing into third gear, so I was on the limiter for a long time. So yeah, stuffed up a lot of things. So we'll go out, we'll try and get a clean run this time, see what it does this time. I keep having to pedal the throttle because of the wheel spin, because it's, it wants to like start doing that. And yeah, so, and of course it's running slower now. So. All right, so make sure that's doing its thing. Yep. Let's go down, 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 down. Let's go to about there. So what do we know? We know the car is still heaps rich, so I'm trying to combat that right now by pulling fuel out of it. and we know it's actually making more than 6 pounds of boost. It's making closer to almost 10 pounds of boost. So, and it's making some power. So, as we're seeing with it wheel spinning at half track. So maybe I need to try a run in this lane where the traction is supposedly better. See if that helps. So anyway, I will upload this to the chip. Sending it out right now. Plug the chip into the car. See what happens. So we put the chip back in there, but this time we're going to go out there and run in the left lane, which is the fast lane for the fast cars, because this is a fast car now. So on this run, what I'm going to try and do is just leave it in third. Because what I've been doing is bringing it back to first and just sort of thumbing the shifter forward. But you got to be very careful not to push it through. And B, it's holding the gears too long for whatever reason. So what I'm going to do is put it in third and let it shift and see if that helps. I mean, what's the worst it can do? It'll just shift when it needs it to shift. But otherwise, it's holding on the gears too long, it's wheel spinning. So we'll go in the good lane with the good traction and hopefully get some good shifts and hopefully get a good time. That's the plan. Well, we'll take the small victories where we can. 14:07 at 104.4, so new PB. But yeah, it's definitely still rich in the top end. I might add some timing to it, see what that does. I'm hesitant, but yeah, it needs something. Yes, finally. Made it.
Got that 12. Well done, bud.
Yeah, baby. Hey. So while we're out here struggling for 12s for 2K at the moment, Gerald Wilson's come all the way down from Queensland with his little Mitsubishi Mirage. It's basically, it's like 10 pounds of shit shoved into a 5-pound bag, and I'm not being insulting when I say that. It is an amazing packaging job. He's taken the running gear out of a Mitsubishi 380, basically a upscale Magna. He's got the 3.8 litre V6 jammed in the front of this thing. There is no room for anything. Actually, it's not too bad down this side, but up here, it's pretty full. And you've just gone
12.9 at 112 mile an hour.
12.9, 112. He has put a shot of nitrous on. I think it's got a 100 shot on there.
It does.
How's your budget?
I think about 200 to 300 over at the moment.
Yeah.
But pretty close to the goal. Pretty close.
So
to the
I
goal.
don't care about it. Like, everyone's very hard on the budget. I don't give a real rat's ass, to be honest. Like, the budget's part of it, but it's always been part of it being a personal challenge for each person, and just getting out there and running some numbers on a budget. And I'm impressed, man. Like 12.9. What was the mile an hour?
112 mile an hour.
112. Whoa, that's where we need to be.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all.
I think the only thing letting it down at the moment is these tyres, but
Yeah.
Once I can get some decent traction under it, yeah.
So, because you've got street tyres on, you've been
Yep.
limited to the right-hand lane, which has no traction compound on it, as we found out earlier. You know, we were skating the whole track.
Yeah.
We're actually putting it down with a front-wheel drive, running decent numbers. Are you done for today? Or?
I'm done for today, yeah.
Okay.
I've achieved my goal. I'm very happy with how far I've come, so yeah,
And
definitely.
you've come all the way down from Queensland. How
Yeah.
was that drive?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was quite relaxing actually. But I think it was definitely worth the drive, because if I go to Willowbank, I'll maybe get 2 runs in, and today I've had at least 8 runs in half a day, and managed to relax and watch some racing as well. So,
That's right.
Yeah.
This is not bad, is it? Like, it's a long way to come. What'd you say, 17 hours
Yeah,
to
it was
come
17
down?
hours, but it was a journey, you know.
Yeah.
It's something I've kicked off the bucket list now,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm quite happy.
And you
Yeah.
say you've run at Heathcote,
Yeah,
and you've got a whole bunch of passes, as you said. It was worth the
absolutely.
trip.
And it's quite reliable too, and it's not like it's pushing the engine, it's a standard engine. So
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's cool. All right, well, I hope we can see more out of this in the future.
Absolutely.
I'm keen to see you push it right to the limit in terms of potential. And
yeah,
thanks for building a 12
too
second
easy.
car.
Thank you very much. Thanks
No
for having
worries.
me.
All right, let's that. Unplug that. All right, whatever I did last time did not like, so let's take it back. So obviously what we did last run did not work, so I've taken that back out, taken the timing out of it. What I have done is modified the fuel curve slightly, and I've added some clicks into our boost tee. So hopefully we've got less fuel, more boost. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, it certainly didn't exactly leap off the line. So I tried stalling it right up, but it didn't seem to like that. So I don't know, maybe don't do that. got to be a boost line or boost pipe off somewhere. Something's not right. Right. So we're here with Matt Stewart, and Matt has been part of the 12s for 2K challenge from pretty much the start. He started the car actually before we started the challenge, but once we started the challenge, you've like gone into very much budget mode. You've bought the ute fairly cheap. It's a VR ute, and then he's done an L67 conversion to it, and you know, the upgrade pulley came with a motor. It came with the diff that's in it, which is what, 3/7 gears you were saying, something like that. And right. You're running it on 98. It's got, do you know what boost it is?
Well, the gauge is reading 11 pounds. So,
yeah, so 11 pounds, like that's pretty standard for an L67, you know, with an upgrade. So it's an upgraded pulley. But you put this together on a budget. How do you reckon you've gone with a budget? You reckon you come in under $2,000 on the rules?
To be exact, $80 under.
$80 under, there you go. Because remember, wheels and tyres aren't part of the budget. You know, Rego's not part of the budget. You've turned it into a registered daily driver, basically.
Yeah.
You know, we said you could spend up to $2,000 on a car. You spent $1,700 buying the car, and then less than $2,000 in improvements, including that L67. And what did you run today?
13.9.
13.9, and you've done that a couple times today, yeah?
Yeah, backed it up within the hundreds. So,
yeah, awesome. Yeah. So not 12s, but still solid 13-second daily driver street car, L67 V6 Commodore ute. It looks cool. It runs pretty good. Well
and
done to you
drive
two.
home.
Yeah, and you're going to drive it home. That's right.
Yeah.
So you're faster than us, and then he's not trailering it. Fuck my life.
Nope.
Well, it was running fine, and now it's not. And I don't know why. This is the really frustrating part. We went 14.0 at 104.4 mile an hour. Good solid run. I thought we were about to go straight into the 13s, and it's all gone pear-shaped, and I don't know what the problem is. I've taken the J3 in and out. I've retuned, like reflashed the original E85 bass tune into it, trying to get back to, you know, square one. Doesn't matter, like nothing's working. There is no boost lines popped off, there's no boost hoses popped off. It's all intact. You know, it even seems to be running fine. Like I could take it, I'm gonna take it home and I'm gonna, you know, do a compression test and all that sort of stuff, but I don't think any of that's a problem. You know, yes, I did try that extra 1 degree of timing. I don't think that did anything to it. I've pulled that out again, and the thing's just not running right. Maybe it is. Maybe I did hurt it. I don't know. But we'll do a comp test. We'll check it over. We'll see what's going on. And then I've got to decide whether I continue with the J3 thing or whether I go Bayer ECU. And I know that's where I was at the last time we talked about this, but it's pretty frustrating that just the car's not working right. So anyway, 14.0 at 104.4. It's not bad. 13 would have been nice. 12 would have been awesome. Not to be. The car has the power, but there are some issues, you know, like we're not getting off the line very well because the standard converter, we need, you know, it to shift better, so I'm gonna have to put some sort of shift controller in it. Apparently there are some available. I'll have to look at that, and, you know, maybe we need to look at the Barrett ECU deal. I don't know, but whatever we do, you'll see on a future episode of Scotty's Garage.